In the world of reality TV, very few couples won the hearts of fans like Joey Duan and Yara. But like many reality show romances, the cameras didn't show the full picture. Behind the smiles and perfect Instagram photos, their marriage was slowly falling apart. Secrets, family problems, and money struggles were building up. Jovi Dufren and Yara officially divorced on August 27th, 2025, mainly due to family conflicts. But the divorce wasn't the end, it was just the beginning. A secret source revealed that Joey Duan had been in a relationship with a woman named Anna for a year. Now, they're planning to get married on January 16th, 2026. Anna agreed to pay off Jovi's hidden debt of $900,000, and that's why he decided to marry her and leave Yara. After this, Yara filed a defamation lawsuit against Jovi. The court found him guilty and sentenced him to 1 year in prison. What followed was chaos. This is the untold story of betrayal, heartbreak, and survival. A story about how love, money, and desperation tore apart one of 90 Day Fiancé's most famous couples. Before all the scandals and court battles, there was a love story. One that made people believe love could overcome distance, cultural differences, and time zones. Jovi from Louisiana was always adventurous. He worked in underwater robotics for oil rigs, so he traveled a lot. But all that travel left him lonely. One day, he joined an international dating app, and that's how he met Yara, a beautiful woman from Ukraine with a strong personality and sharp sense of humor. They clicked instantly. Their chats turned into video calls, and soon Jovi flew across the world to meet her. Fans first met them on season 8 of 90 Day Fiancé, where Jovi's love for partying clashed with Yara's hopes for a serious, committed relationship. From the start, their relationship was rocky. Yara had a hard time adjusting to life in New Orleans. Jovi's late nights and drinking often led to arguments. At the same time, Jovi struggled to live up to Yara's hopes for stability, especially as they prepared for the birth of their daughter, Mila. Still, there was something special about them. Fans watched every week, hoping they would work things out. When they married in 2020, it felt like a happy ending to a wild love story. Social media was filled with congratulations. Their family pictures with baby Mila melted hearts. For a while, it looked like Jovi and Yara had made it. They were a 90 Day Fiancé success story, proof that love could survive anything. But behind the scenes, their problems were growing. Every couple has struggles, one fan wrote on Reddit, but Jovi and Yara always felt like they were hanging by a thread. Their early arguments about lifestyle, money, and family weren't going away. Over time, those small problems became deep cracks that no amount of love or TV fame could fix. From the outside, they looked like a perfect couple living a dream. They had love, fame, and a beautiful baby girl. But at home, things were different. Jovi's job kept him away for weeks, sometimes months. He was used to it. But for Yara, who had left everything behind in Ukraine, the loneliness was hard. I came to America to build a life together, not to be alone all the time, she said once on the show. Viewers felt her pain. She wanted a partner who was present, not just someone who came and went. She wanted a stable home filled with love and family moments. But Jovi wasn't ready to change. He had always loved the party lifestyle. Drinking, going out with friends, staying out late. Now Yara wanted him to be a full-time husband and father, and that change didn't come easy. Fans saw the tension. The arguments about drinking and Jovi's choices kept coming up on the show. Some viewers felt sorry for Yara. They saw her as a young mother left to handle everything alone. Others said Yara knew who Jovi was when she married him and should have expected this. But the truth was more complicated. Underneath the surface, family issues were growing. Yara didn't always get along with Jovi's family. They didn't always like her direct, no-nonsense attitude. To them, she seemed cold and demanding. To her, she was just standing up for herself in a new culture. Jovi often felt stuck in the middle between his wife and his family, and the pressure wore him down. Money became another major problem. On social media, it looked like they were living a glamorous life with vacations and shopping. But in reality, money was tight. Yara wanted financial security, savings, a stable home, a future. Jovi had spending habits that didn't match those goals. Fans noticed the growing tension. "It's like they're living two different lives," one viewer tweeted. "She wants roots. He wants freedom." By 2023 and 2024, the problems were getting worse. The arguments were no longer just about partying. They were about trust, goals, and what kind of life they wanted. They still loved each other, but their dreams didn't match anymore. Looking back, the early warning signs were clear. The distance, the family tension, the money issues, it was all adding up. A close friend later said they looked perfect on Instagram, but behind closed doors, they were fighting battles no one saw. Eventually, those battles couldn't be hidden anymore. The happy image of their marriage shattered. Love can survive many things. It can even survive distance and culture clashes. But when money problems enter the picture, they can break even the strongest relationships. By 2024, their marriage was already on shaky ground. But a bigger secret was about to destroy everything. Jovi had been hiding something huge, a $900,000 debt. No one knew about it. It wasn't one single mistake. It was a mix of bad choices, risky habits, and poor money management. Some said he lost money gambling, pointing to his love of casinos and late nights. Others said he made bad investments. There were even rumors that he took out secret loans and hid the paperwork from Yara. Whatever the cause, the truth was simple. Jovi was drowning in debt. And he didn't tell Yara. Yara wasn't clueless. She was smart and practical when it came to money. As she tried to manage the home and save for the future, she noticed things weren't adding up. "Why don't we have more savings?" she asked once during filming. Jovi made excuses, blaming bills and travel. But Yara knew something wasn't right. Their fancy lifestyle started fading. Vacations stopped. Expensive things disappeared. Jovi got angry whenever she asked about money. Yara told friends, "I feel like he's hiding something. How can I plan our future if I don't even know what's going on?" For Jovi, the debt wasn't just financial, it was emotional. He carried the burden alone and couldn't bring himself to tell Yara. Jovi was afraid that if Yara found out the truth, she would leave him right away. So he stayed quiet. He smiled for the cameras and acted like everything was okay. But inside, he felt trapped. Debt doesn't just hurt your bank account. It hurts your soul, one financial expert said after the story came out. Keeping it a secret only made things worse. As the debt grew, Jovi started relying on bad habits to cope. He went out more often. Alcohol became a regular part of his life. The same partying lifestyle that had caused problems in his marriage became his way of escaping. But with every night out and every poor choice, he drifted further away from Yara. During this time of stress and secrecy, Jovi found comfort in someone else, Anna. She would later play a shocking role in everything that happened. By the middle of 2025, the financial pressure was overwhelming. Bills were piling up. Creditors kept calling. Yara was reaching her limit. She still didn't know the whole truth, but their marriage was already weak. And with nearly $1 million of hidden debt, there was no way to fix things. Then, when Jovi felt like he had no options left, Anna made him an offer that changed everything. She said she would pay off all his debt, $900,000, if he chose her. That deal started a chain of betrayal, divorce, lawsuits, and even jail time. But to Jovi, in that moment, it felt like a way to save himself. A close friend later said, "The thing about secrets is that they always come out." And when Jovi's secret finally did, it didn't just destroy his marriage, it destroyed his whole life. Every scandal has a name tied to it. And in Jovi and Yara's story, that name was Anna. For months, fans wondered who the mystery woman was. When rumors started that Jovi had been seen with someone other than Yara, many people thought it wasn't true. But the truth turned out to be worse than anyone expected. Jovi had been secretly seeing Anna for more than a year, long before his marriage officially ended. Anna wasn't a stranger. Friends said she was introduced to Jovi through mutual friends in New Orleans. Unlike Yara, who had left her whole life in Ukraine to start over in America, Anna was a local. She understood the nightlife, the culture, and the freedom Jovi had always wanted. People described Anna as confident, independent, and charming. Jovi leaned on her, not just for fun, but for emotional support. While Yara pushed him to grow and change, Anna accepted him exactly as he was. With Anna, I didn't feel judged, Jovi told a friend. She let me be me. For over a year, Jovi lived a double life. On TV, he was a husband and father trying to fix his marriage. But off camera, he was spending time with Anna. They had dinner dates in quiet places, weekend trips that he said were for work, and many late-night phone calls. It was all kept secret. Anna knew about Yara, but her connection with Jovi grew stronger. He told her things he couldn't tell anyone else, especially about his money problems. When Jovi finally shared how bad his debt really was, Anna did something unexpected. She didn't leave. Instead, she offered to help him pay the $900,000. Why would she do that? Some people said Anna was deeply in love with Jovi and believed in their future. Others believed she came from a rich family and saw this as a way to show how much she cared. Whatever the reason, her offer was serious. She wasn't just offering comfort, she was offering a way out. Now, Jovi had to make a choice. On one side, he had Yara, the wife he had a family with. She wanted him to grow up, take responsibility, and be better. On the other side, he had Anna, the woman who offered him freedom, acceptance, and a way out of debt. The decision became easier with every fight at home, every bill he couldn't pay, every phone call from creditors. Anna was more than just a lover. She was his escape from the pressure of being who Yara wanted him to be. A source close to the couple later said, it wasn't just about love. It was about survival. And it gave him a way out, and he took it. By the middle of 2025, fans began noticing something was off. Jovi was seen with a woman who wasn't Yara. His social media posts looked edited. Photos were cropped strangely, and the places he claimed to be didn't match. Entertainment blogs started talking about the mystery woman. The name Anna appeared in comments, then in articles, then in big headlines. For Yara, the betrayal was heartbreaking. For fans, it was a scandal they never expected. Was it a love story or a $900,000 deal? As August 2025 approached, Jovi made his choice. His marriage with Yara was over. With Anna beside him, he was ready to start fresh. Their relationship was no longer a secret. Paparazzi snapped photos of them holding hands. Anna smiled, as if she already knew she had won. Behind the scenes, wedding plans were in motion. The date was set, January 16th, 2026. The woman who had once been the other woman was about to become his wife. But people kept asking, was this marriage about love? Or was it about a $900,000 offer Jovi couldn't refuse? Sometimes love stories are about the heart. And sometimes they're about money. Jovi and Anna's story had both. That's what made it dangerous. Every couple fights, but some fights are signs of the end. For Jovi and Yara, 2025 was the year everything broke. By early 2025, the tension was clear. What once looked like small issues had become serious problems. Friends noticed. Fans noticed. Even casual viewers of 90 Day Fiancé could tell something wasn't right. Yara had had enough. She wanted peace. She wanted honesty. She wanted a husband who was present, not one who kept disappearing, avoiding serious talks and hiding things. But Jovi kept pulling away. Every fight pushed him further outside the home. Every money question got a vague answer. Every family disagreement made him more distant. Their home, once filled with joy and the laughter of their daughter Mila, turned into a place of stress, anger, and silence. Family issues made things worse. Yara never felt fully accepted by Jovi's relatives. They thought she was controlling. She thought they were cold. Family events turned into arguments. And Jovi, caught in the middle, usually stayed quiet. That silence hurt Yara even more. She was fighting alone, a friend later said. And when Jovi didn't stand with her, she started to doubt everything. Around that time, Yara began suspecting something more. Jovi's unexplained trips, secretive phone calls, and his mood when she brought up money all raised red flags. One night, insiders say Yara finally confronted him. She asked directly what was going on. Why was the money not making sense? Why was he distant? Was he living a double life? Jovi didn't answer clearly. He told her she was overreacting, but his behavior said otherwise. Yara could feel it. something was very wrong. By mid-2025, Yara was emotionally, mentally, and physically exhausted. She had tried to save the marriage, but she felt like she was the only one trying. She told a friend, "At some point, you stop asking for the truth. Because deep down, you already know." That truth came crashing down when she started hearing rumors about Jovi and Anna. At first, she didn't believe it. She couldn't imagine that level of betrayal. But the evidence kept coming. Photos, texts, unexplained trips. She couldn't deny it anymore. The man she built a life with, the father of her child, had been living a double life. When Yara confronted Jovi again, the fight was explosive. She demanded the truth. Jovi finally admitted it. He told her the relationship with Anna was real. And worse, that Anna had offered to pay his debt. Yara had just started learning about the money problems. Now she found out Jovi had let another woman fix it all. To Yara, it was the worst kind of betrayal. Not just cheating, but letting money decide the future of their family. It wasn't just cheating, she later told someone. It was selling out our family for money. That broke me more than anything. After that night, there was no going back. Before, their arguments always ended in forgiveness. But this time, the line had been crossed. Trust was gone. Love was tainted. The future they had once dreamed of no longer existed. On 27th, August 2025, just weeks after the truth came to light, Joel and Yara's divorce was finalized in court. Their love story, the one millions of fans had believed in, was officially over. That was the breaking point. A close source revealed. Once Yara knew about Anna, it wasn't a marriage anymore. It was just paperwork waiting to be signed. A love story that had once captured the hearts of millions came to its final chapter on a warm summer morning. August 27th, 2025, the day Joan and Yara Za's marriage legally ended. The divorce hearing was brief, but the weight carried was immense. Inside a New Orleans courthouse, Joy and Yara sat across from one another for what would be the last time as husband and wife. Observers described the atmosphere as tense but strangely quiet. There were no shouting matches, no last-minute pleas for reconciliation, just two people who had been through too much pain to fight any longer. Jovi looked worn out, his usually lively demeanor dulled by weeks of scandal and sleepless nights. Yara, by contrast, appeared composed, though her eyes carried the weight of heartbreak and betrayal. Dressed elegantly in muted tones, she presented herself as strong, unbroken, and ready to move forward. Sometimes silence says more than words. One eyewitness later said, "You could feel the pain in the room, but neither of them spoke." The judge reviewed the terms quickly. Custody arrangements for their daughter, Mila, were settled with Yara as the primary guardian and Jovi granted. Visitation rights. Assets were divided, though much of their wealth had already been eroded by debt and disputes. And then with the slam of a gavel, it was done. On August 27th, 2025, Joe and Yara were no longer husband and wife. Just like that, the marriage that had once been celebrated on television screens across the world was officially over. News of the divorce spread like wildfire. Within hours, headlines appeared on entertainment sites. 90-day. Fiancé stars Jove and Yara officially split. Divorce confirmed. Yara walks away after betrayal. $900,000 debt and infidelity destroy joys. Marriage. Social media lit up with reactions. Fans who had rooted for the couple's success expressed heartbreak. Others, less sympathetic, claimed they had seen it coming for years. One viral tweet read, "I wanted them to make it so badly, but Jovi never changed. Yara deserved better." Another fan posted, "Cheating is bad enough, but choosing money over family, that's unforgivable." Days after the divorce, Yara took to social media with a carefully worded statement. She didn't mention Joy by name, but her words were clear. Sometimes love is not enough. Sometimes respect and honesty matter more. My focus now is on my daughter and building a life we can be proud of. Fans flooded her page with support, praising her strength and resilience. She became almost overnight a symbol of independence and empowerment. Jovi, however, remained mostly silent. Aside from a few vague posts about starting over and focusing on the future, he avoided directly addressing the divorce. Some saw his silence as guilt. Others saw it as exhaustion, but behind the silence was the truth. Joy wasn't just dealing with the divorce. He was also navigating the fallout of his secret relationship with Anna and preparing for a scandal that was about to explode into the public eye. For fans, the divorce felt like the end of an era. Jovi and Yara had been one of 90 Day Fianna's most memorable couples, embodying both the challenges and the hopes of cross-cultural love. Their split was a painful reminder that not all reality TV fairy tales last. But for Jovi and Yara, the divorce wasn't an ending. It was the beginning of a new, even darker chapter. One filled with lawsuits, prison time, and a controversial new engagement. The divorce was the end of their marriage, one insider noted, but it wasn't the end of their story. In many ways, it was only the beginning of the scandal that would define them both. When one door closed, another opened. But for Jovi, Duan, the new door wasn't a path to redemption. It was a path into even deeper scandal. Barely days after the divorce papers were signed on August 27th, 2025, whispers began to spread. Fans noticed Jovi being spotted in public with a woman who wasn't Yara. Paparazzi photos surfaced of him dining quietly in restaurants, holding hands with someone whose identity had been a mystery until now. It didn't take long before the name Anna exploded across headlines. Anna, the woman Jove had secretly been seeing for over a year. Anna, the one who had stood by him through financial chaos. And Anna, the one who had offered to pay off his $900,000 debt. The secret was out. For fans, the news felt like a second betrayal. Many had barely processed the heartbreak of Jovi and Yara's divorce when they were suddenly confronted with the truth of Joy's double life. On social media, comments poured in. So he was cheating the whole time. Wow, Anna really bought herself a husband. Poor Yara. She deserved better. Then the circus. But while critics condemned Joy's actions, others began painting Anna as the villain. She was branded a home wrecker by some, accused of exploiting Joy's weakness for her own gain. Yet, not everyone agreed. A smaller but vocal group defended the relationship, claiming Anna had been there for Joy when no one else was. At least she helped him when Yara gave up. One supporter wrote, the fan base was divided, but one thing was clear. Jovi and Anna's relationship was now front-page news. As shocking as the revelation of Anna was, what came next stunned everyone even more. In early September 2025, just weeks after his divorce, Jovi proposed to Anna. Friends close to the couple claimed the proposal wasn't elaborate, but it was heartfelt. Over dinner in a private setting, Joe presented Anna with a ring, thanking her for saving him financially and emotionally. Anna said yes. The engagement, however, was not just about love. It carried the weight of Joy's debt, the promise Anna had made to pay it off, and the scandal that surrounded them both. Within days, the couple announced their plans. Jovi and Anna would marry on January 16th, 2026. The timing outraged fans. The ink on his divorce papers was barely dry. Yet here he was planning another wedding. The backlash intensified less than 5 months after the divorce. That's not love. That's desperation. One fan posted on Reddit, "This isn't a love story. This is a transaction." Another wrote, "Tabloids devoured the story." Headlines screamed betrayal, scandal, and shamelessness. Entertainment shows dedicated entire segments to dissecting Joy's choices. Joy moves on from divorce to engagement in weeks. Anna pays Joy's $900,000 debt.